Okay, so this is a real thrill. I mean, I'm really excited to sit down here with Arnoldas Nauseda, the new CEO for Smartlands platform. I gotta tell you, I think this is a real get for the company because this guy's got a mile-long CV. He's been in the space for a long time. It's, well, I'm not gonna lay it out for you and just run down all the positions that he's been occupying over the course of his professional career. But I can tell you that it's a real get for the Smartlands platform, and I'm really excited to actually pluck him out of his schedule because it's really busy and he's a real jet setter. He's been in Oxford a couple of days ago, and now we're sitting here. So, Arnoldas, welcome. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me here. I'm delighted.
I would really think that every member of our community, looking at a new CEO, the question number one is, who is this guy?
Yes.
I mean, who are you?
Yeah, to start from the, my career. So I started, I would say, from retail bank from United States. It was TCF National Bank. I started in the retail banking, and I was also studying there, MBA in finance in Concordia University. So then I continued my career across different industries and different geographies. I founded several companies in the field of technology, robotics, fintech, venture capital, and that was also got involved in some other studies which is relevant to the innovation industry and field, also executive education, innovation and entrepreneurship. So that was also sort of complementary thing for this technology environment.
How did you get with the Smartlands guys? How did you get involved with Smartlands?
Yeah, so I met these guys. Actually, I got involved in blockchain area in the beginning of last year, 2017, last year. I found it as an exciting area because Lithuania got tapped in this, entrepreneurs got tapped into this industry. They started doing ICOs, and one of my friends was doing ICO as well. In the beginning of 2017, very successful. I started to study this area.
So back then it was more an ICO than asset tokenization. Back then it was like more of a general interest, not something that you pinpointed your attention on.
Because I didn't know this industry, so I said I need to explore. So I started doing the courses, what is the blockchain as such, and started to visiting conferences across the globe and meet various people, network, and doing until now. So. And then in one conference in Berlin, Block Show, I met the Smartlands team. They were doing the presentation about their business. And we started to do the conversation because at that time I already had chosen the topic, which is tokenization, asset tokenization. And it was the team who was already developing and delivering this type of product.
So you'd gotten yourself interested in asset tokenization, and you met the guys who already been doing it. So it was more or less a fate that you met.
Yes, it was.
At that venue, at that time, at that point. Well, there you go. I believe in fate.
Yeah. And since then, so it was in April, at the end of April, then we started to have conversation how maybe we can work together about potential, partnership, and then basically recently we agreed. And then I decided to join Smartlands team and to lead this company development in this exciting area.
So, what is it that you're going to be doing with the Smartlands platform as a CEO? What's your vision? What's the plan?
Yeah. So in the short term, we have long and short-term vision. So in short term, we basically need to deliver the products and the legal framework, which is really challenging, and because around the world this regulatory, the entrepreneurs are basically shopping for the jurisdictions to apply these blockchain business models and to develop these businesses. So we have this challenge, but it's solvable. Solvable. We have the lawyers who is and any jurisdiction, that's Lithuania. Have a set of licenses where we can basically execute our business model and deliver the products within the legal and compliant framework. Mm-hmm. So that's the licenses include a brokerage license, electronic money license, and crowdfunding license. Then we would be able to issue security tokens, and then the investors would be able to buy the invest in the legal compliant way with all the securities in place.
Well, that sounds like a short-term plan. That's something that you need to do right now, pretty much. What's the long-term?
In the long run, we plan basically once we have the foundation of the products, develop the products, have the legal framework. Mm-hmm. It opens us globally. So mostly all of the countries around the world, except there are some limitations. So we can scale and deliver, hundreds and thousands of projects for investors and for developers, for the business expansion. And that would be the long run. So long run.
Tell me about the actual product. What is it that you intend to deliver to your investors, customers, actually, however you want to call them?
Yes. So the product is fairly simple. So, it has to be really simplified fractional ownership, so which can be acquired in a simple digital way. So, for example, we have let's say real estate. It's really easy to understand for everyone. So let's say we have a building in London, and we have a legal framework. Actually, registers are not there yet, but say we do it through the equity crowdfunding. So we issue, let's say, 5 million euros equity. Then we break it into 5 million tokens, which is really represents €1 per one token. Mm-hmm. Then the investors would buy these tokens, and then we would acquire that building. And this building is a commercial building which has the cash flows from the tenants, right? So all the cash flows from the tenants would go into these tokens as a dividends. So meaning then the accessibility for the retail investor is really possible when we do this, but it's not possible today because the entry barrier for this type of commercial building is quite high. So he would be able to buy, let's say, 1 square centimeter or 1 square meter, and by buying a specific amount of tokens, mm-hmm. which would generate them dividends for the cash flows. And then in the long run, so this investor can be able to build let's say portfolio of different ownerships across the world, let's say Tokyo, London, Berlin, and he could have a portfolio, let's say, of 10,000 euros, which is really a small amount, but he can have ownership all across the...
Right, so that's something you cannot do any other way. You can own a square centimeter of a building, of 10,000 buildings all over the world, and it's probably not possible in a legacy finance environment, right? It can only be done through tokenization of assets.
Yes, you have to digitalize, right?
What are your ambitions for Smartland? 3, 5, 10, 7 years from now,
Yeah, ambition is definitely, you have to have the ambition. So I would say in 5 years, for Smartlands, we need to have the portfolio of, let's say, €1 billion, and to acquire 1 million of customers and investors for the platform. So it's achievable.